The best coverage for Acadiana. This is KLFY News 10, on the air and streaming live right now.
It's a battle to the end as state lawmakers attempt to balance Louisiana's budget by the end of the special legislative session. With the threat of heavy rain for the next 3 days, Iberia Parish is offering sand and sandbags for its residents. They will be available at the 6 locations shown on the screen. Shovels will not be provided. Residents should be prepared to fill their own sandbags. That same weather system we're preparing for has caused damage in parts of Texas. The National Weather Service in Fort Worth tweeted that a tornado touched down near Cool, Texas last night. The office says the damage is consistent with F1 winds. The storm destroyed homes and downed trees and power lines. There have been no reports of serious injuries. To keep yourself informed and get a closer look at the severe weather that will be moving across Acadiana, be sure to download our live Doppler 10 Storm Tracker weather app. Moving now to our coverage of Louisiana's budget battle. The special budget session at the Capitol ends tomorrow. Lawmakers still haven't balanced this year's budget. Final versions of the budget will need to be reconciled tomorrow. One issue that's causing lots of division is increasing the state sales tax by 1 penny. Kevin Fry begins our team coverage tonight. Lawmakers think they found a way to bring in $250 million a year for the Medicaid program without more taxes. You're probably asking how that's going to work. Republican Senator Fred Mills sponsored the plan, which the Senate and House have both passed. The financing maneuver would let insurance companies pull more of their money and draw down more federal Medicaid dollars to compensate for the caring for the poor. Mills says it still needs approval from federal Medicaid officials. Governor John Bel Edwards supports the plan. It could help with next year's budget, but wouldn't arrive in time to help with this year's budget crisis. No changes to the state scholarship program TOPS, at least as of now. The Director of Public Information and Communications says there's been a multitude of proposals, but nothing has been solidified by the governor. News 10's Renee Allen continues our team coverage on Louisiana's budget battle. The special legislative session ends tomorrow night at 6. The regular legislative session begins Monday. New tonight at 10. State police say alcohol was a factor in a crash that killed a Scott man. The two-vehicle crash happened on Highway 93 at LA 723 north of Scott. Troopers say Joseph Fall was traveling west on Highway 723 and failed to stop at a stop sign. Fall's minivan was hit by a pickup truck, and as he went through the intersection, state police say Fall wasn't wearing a seatbelt. He later died at a local hospital. The driver of the pickup truck received minor injuries. President Joe Robideau will appear before the Municipal Fire and Police Civil Service Board tomorrow to discuss proposed qualifications for Lafayette's next police chief. Robideau says the current qualifications for the police chief were last updated in 2004. The changes he's proposing contemplate statewide standards and recognize college course requirements within the Lafayette Police Department. Reginald Reggie Thomas was named Lafayette's interim police chief when former Chief Jim Kraft retired on January 31st. Thomas is a 25-year veteran of the Lafayette Police Department and a graduate of the FBI National Academy. You may have wondered about the Crime Stoppers program and how tips are kept confidential. Here's how it works. The program has helped solve more than 5,000 crimes since it began in 1982. Lafayette Crime Stoppers spokesperson Corporal Paul Mouton says tips are vital to local police agencies. He says 38 arrests and 37 cases were solved last year through the help of tipsters, but many residents are hesitant to report tips because they fear being discovered. Mouton says the hotline is completely anonymous.
We don't want your name, you don't want your information, we don't even want to know where you're calling from. All we want is good details and information that can either solve that crime or find that fugitive that we're looking for.
Mouton says once a tip has been reported, callers receive a number and code word. He says since the caller is anonymous, It's the caller's responsibility to follow the crime and receive reward money. If your tip successfully helps solve a crime, you can receive up to $1,000 depending on the severity of the crime. The running of the ducks is just days away. The Great Acadiana Running of the Ducks will be held Saturday at Red Laurel's Health Club. So expect a pool of yellow, all to support the local Boys and Girls Club of Acadiana. If you haven't already adopted your duck, there is still time. The running of the ducks isn't until this Saturday, March 12th. You can stop by any of the locations listed on our website or call 237-DUCK. Later on News 10 at 10, a number of states are holding primaries today. We'll have the results coming up.